Morning, I'm going to show you with the tree of life how you can solve, as a leader, a business problem, a really big value gap that's happening in society, and that's the low levels of engagement. So 13% of the workforce is engaged here in Western Europe. That means 87% isn't engaged. And if I say 87% isn't engaged, it enters the brain that you think, wow, 87% of the workforce or of your team is not really motivated. They're doing the work, but they're not using their deep intrinsic motivation, their higher cognitive faculties, their critical thinking, their innovation, really pushing things through, making it happen. So I'm going to show you with the tree of life how you can do that. This this is an intermediate video, so it's not for beginners. If you're beginning Kabbalah, you have to look another video, maybe one of my other videos. This is intermediate. Okay, so let's start. If we look at Malchut, the reality of a firm, then we often see, oh yeah, 87% of people are not engaged. So I explained to you why and what the results are, but they're not engaged. And it has to do that people are often operating from the level of Yetzirah. So the level of development, our level of being operates at Yetzirah. And Yetzirah has to do that we are operating at the level of emotions. So we are staying out of difficult emotions and we are operating in a way and align our work what we have learned in our youth. So let's call it the more shallow strengths, the things that we've learned in our youth. So maybe like a salesperson that always had to take action and be assertive in his youth, align his work with that action. In my case, my parents put me on the airplane to the family all over the world, and I can speak 6 languages, and I've become a relationship manager and builder for multinationals for 5 continents. So I'm just explaining you that when we're operating at that level, our work is often aligned what we did in our youth. What's missing is our ability to get to our intrinsic motivation, a deep level of motivation, what's really motivating us at our core. So we might be doing one thing in work and we might be loving another thing. And that applies for leaders, that applies for teams, that applies for organization. And on the same level, we have often deep strengths, really a few things that we're really good at, and we have to zoom into those. What are those? How could we add value? And the last point is often who are we in essence? And that's always a difficult question, but I want to show you the difference when we operate from the world of Yetzirah. We look to reality of the ego. And when we look to the ego, we often have perception. So I can imagine when I was studying in Utrecht long time ago, that there were people joining a fraternity or a sorority. And it has a lot of benefits. You have a good network, you make friends, but it also has a certain culture, a way of being, a way of behaving, and a way of seeing the world. Now, this experience can act how you think about yourself and how do you see yourself. So you can be thinking like, oh yeah, all my friends were bankers and in consultancy, but in essence, you might be really say, hey, I just like to be in touch with nature and to think about innovation, something different. Now, the lesson here that I'm sharing with you is that as a leader, you can elevate humanity and help them to get to the world of Bria, to get to their intrinsic motivation, to get to their strength, to get to really who they are in essence. And when you do that, as a result, your reality, your malchut starts to change because people become more motivated, people have more energy. I can imagine that the level of burnout will go down, the level of sick leave will go down. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm proposing here is a solution for everything. It's not a panacea or solution for everything, but it's really one of the key changes to unleash the engagement in the workforce. And I've been doing it with multinationals for really many, many years. And yeah, I'd say enjoy working with the tree of life. And this is an important message that I wanted to share with you, that as a leader, you can really make the difference. From what world of consciousness are you operating? From the world of Asiya, from the world of Yetzirah, from the world of Beriah? And are you elevating your teams to the higher level? And that makes all the difference.